So, Leeds United are set to play against Nottingham Forest this weekend, and I think it could be a key match for the way that Leeds United are going to take the rest of the season. So, I figured I'd do a little bit more research into this one, find out a little bit more about how Nottingham Forest play under Sean Dyche. They haven't had that many games, but you can get some sort of idea of the trends and that kind of thing. And I've spotted 3 or 4 key weaknesses in that Nottingham Forest side that Leeds United need to look to take advantage of. And if we do, we'll be looking very, very good. So in this video, I'll be doing exactly that. And I'm going to start with the fact that creatively, they are a very, very poor team. And you might have said the same for Leeds United and say, yeah, well, we're not having that many shots on target and all that kind of stuff. And that's correct against Brighton. We didn't do that enough. But for us, that's less of a trend than it is on the Nottingham Forest side. I got a little bit of data here in that their match against Sturm Graz, they had a grand total of 0.62 xG that wasn't from penalties. In terms of stuff from open play, they had a total of 0.13 or 2 shots. From open play, having 2 shots in an entire game of football against Sturm Graz, a team from Austria who are not a team that are looking particularly good at the moment, is genuinely kind of poor. And it's not some new thing either. I've had a quick look at the sort of set piece creation numbers that Forest have been able to create themselves, and it isn't particularly good. They're not great from set pieces, and they're not great from open play, and they've effectively relied on penalties. They beat Porto 2-0. Sure, fantastic, cool. They had an XG of about 2. They had 2 penalties in that game. There's a bit of a trend in the way that they're playing, and they had a penalty against Sturm Graz, and they missed, which is the sort of level that we are sort of looking at here. And when you have a further look into the sort of set piece data and expected goalsy stuff, when it comes to sort of set piece XG created by Burnley, you're like, okay, cool, not Burnley, Forest, sorry, Dyche side's confusing them. You think, okay, cool, they created 0.49 XG from like set pieces and stuff, that means that they must be alright at it. Well, they are if the defence they're playing against allows it, and our defence doesn't. I've had a look at all of Leeds United's matches so far this season, and you have to go back as far as the Bournemouth match and combine the XG from all of those games, all 5 of them, to add up to 0.49 XG. We do not concede chances from set pieces. They don't hugely create them either, which means that set pieces effectively feel like they won't be that much of an issue in this match unless we give away a penalty, and we'd have to be incredibly stupid to do so. So let's hope that we don't do that. That's the first of the sort of big weaknesses and things that we need to look to take advantage of, and I think we absolutely will. In addition to that, I think they're going to look fairly weak defensively in the wide areas. The first main reason for this is that their back line is being fairly overworked at the minute. I had a quick look at the side that played against Sturm Graz and compared it to the side that played against Manchester United. And they had 4 players in that starting lineup that were also in the starting lineup against Man United. They had Morgan Gibbs-White. That makes sense. He's sort of the main creative player. You don't leave him out of a European fixture. Fine. But they also had Nico Williams, who played a full 90 minutes against Sturm Graz and a full 90 minutes against Manchester United and a full 90 minutes in every single one of Forest's matches this season, including, I think, only missing an hour for Wales or something daft like that. Hello, Iris. How are you doing? Which is nuts, which means that Williams is playing very tired, and you can tell by the way that they're not creating much from set pieces because he's their set piece taker, and his legs are just running on empty. In addition to that, other players that played the full 90, Savona, who is their right back, played the full 90 against Manchester United as well. Milenkovic, centre-back, played the full 90 against Manchester United as well. That defence is going to be incredibly tired and will continue to be tired as time goes on, so we need to use a little bit of energy to just target that. Because in terms of bits of the pitch that we are quite good at dealing with, we're good at winning the ball in high areas and making defensive sides work quite hard to stop us having shots. This is a side that, towards the end of the game, won't be able to work hard. If we've got our fitness on point and we bring on those attacking options at the right times, bring on a Dan James in the 65th minute, if you fancy Daniel, because I know you like that minute for your substitutions, and we'll be looking alright, because he's got a hell of a lot of pace to use against a tired compatriot in Nico Williams, who he's repeatedly played against as well, because he's trained with him for Wales. He'll know his weaknesses. Genuinely, I wouldn't mind seeing Dan James potentially start this game, having done a bit of a deeper dive. That's the sort of thing that we need to do. Target that back line with a lot of pace, a lot of movement, cause problems for them, and we'll be looking quite good. And then you've got the next weakness that they have, and it's one that we might sort of struggle to hit, primarily because of the way that we've been playing recently. You might have noticed in the match against Brighton, we didn't get to do much. And that's because we didn't really create many opportunities. And the fact that we don't create many opportunities means that we don't test the goalkeeper. But testing Matt Sells is one of the most important things that we can do in this match, because he has been wobbly this season. I'll have a quick look at his numbers just to show him off. So against Manchester United, he conceded 2 from an expected goals conceded of 1.4. Against Bournemouth, conceded 2 from an expected goals conceded of 0.6. Between those 2 games, he's expected to have conceded twice. He has conceded 4 goals. Against Chelsea, expected to concede 2.2, concedes 3. This goalkeeper is not one that is on a good run of form at the moment. He is struggling, and I think we need to make advantage of that. And we know that we don't necessarily have the best front line at the minute, but at the end of the day, when it comes to it, all you need to be doing is having those pot shots. When a goalkeeper is not on good form, as we saw quite a lot last season, you don't need to do much to threaten them and to test them and to make them think and to make them make mistakes. If we can get the ball through the lines to a Calvert-Lewin, to an Okafor we know has a hell of a shot on him. Step out of midfield from time to time, have a go. Same for Tanaka, same for Aronson if he plays, same for James if he plays. We know we have players that can shoot when they feel like they are confident enough and when they feel like the opportunity opens up. We don't even need a full chance. Have a go with the half chances, cause them some problems, and I very, very, very genuinely think that Matt Sells is going to be a weak point for them in this game. I think the way that we play is reasonably set for this game against Nottingham Forest. Our nice army of tall boys is a reasonable threat for them at set pieces and is decent for defending set pieces that they have too. And I think this one, if we approach it correctly, is a match that we can win. I hope. I'd take a point. I'd absolutely take a point, because getting points away from home in the Premier League, not easy in the slightest. But a win is definitely on the cards if we approach this the right way and we make the right moves, and I hope and pray that we do that. Because if we do, then we are in a absolutely wonderful position. But as always, that's just what I think. I'll do another video tomorrow morning, potentially, based on what is said in the press conference. I might do a stream. I'm not entirely decided, because we don't know who is going to be fit for this game. We'll find out. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member if you like, all that fun stuff. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Toodaloo.